All right, we're gathered here. Gene Sadler, famous basketball team of 1960. PK Young can't be at our Zoom reunion on the 29th, but how you doing, Gene?
Well, hi, Bob. Listen, I want to really thank you for putting this together. You put in so much effort to host these get-togethers for us uh, folks that just I don't think we can thank you enough. But I'm doing okay. I've had my share of health problems over the years, just like everybody else. But you live with what you got, and overall, I feel like even though I guess I could list any number of things that I've gone through, it wouldn't be any longer than what most other folks have. So at any rate, I'm real sorry that we're not able to get together at the moment, but maybe in the fall something might come about or what have you. But this is an excellent way for people to hear from individuals and just get a kind of a snapshot of, what's going on. So
I understand you'd rather go fishing, so tell us what that's all about.
My first job in the Orlando area, I got in with some fellas that were big time fishermen, and they taught me, to enjoy fishing. And I think the most important lesson I learned from any of them was not how to bait a hook or a cast or anything like that, but to enjoy the outing. And if you catch fish, that's icing on the cake. And that way, if you go through a stretch where you're not catching fish and you're still having fun, then that's what it's all about. So I feel very fortunate that I've seen a lot of waterways in Florida over my adult life, and I've owned a boat for 50 years and have taken advantage of that very much. And unfortunately, due to having my most recent health problems, losing my leg, I had to sell my boat. But I've got some excellent fisher friends that occasionally they get together and take me out and do all the work and help getting me in and out of the boat and that kind of thing. And it's really great. But at any rate, it's been a wonderful thing to do. Bobby, can you hear me? Something happened here, and we're
Yeah,
all
your video went off.
yeah.
Your phone.
It says I'm getting a call from somebody, but maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, well,
Decline the call.
there
Are
you're
you there?
back.
Are
You're
you there?
back.
You are back. Yeah, I hit the decline the call, and then it came back. So we'll go from there. So at any rate, also filled in quite a bit when I wasn't fishing. I sure enjoyed playing golf too. As a matter of fact, I was the boys and girls golf coach at the high school where I was at for quite a few number of years. I was there, the coach, which is a misnomer. A faculty advisor would be more accurate, I believe, because there's a lot of stuff you got to take care of, and just all kinds of busy work that run a program like that. But I'm not sure I ever taught anybody anything in golf. But between golf and fishing and tennis, which I enjoyed with Larry Rollison for a number of years, I might say. Larry came back to FSU in the early 70s, I think, to get a master's degree at FSU. And we got in touch and started playing tennis together, and we just had a wonderful time and kept our friendship going. And we still communicate enough to say that we're in touch. And he lives in Alabama near Montgomery, out in the country on a big cattle farm that he and his wife, Linda, I think most people remember her, Linda Larson. They live out there and on about 400 acres, as a matter of fact, I believe. And
Well, I remember a very pleasant summer when we were probably freshman or maybe in between high school and university, where we played tennis all summer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Larry was a pretty good player. He was pretty fast. That certainly gave him an advantage over me, Mr. Slow here. But I'd beat him on occasion, but I think he probably was a few steps ahead of me most of the time. But at any rate, your memory fades on the defeats and improves with the victories as time goes on. But listen,
Gene, I know you were a teacher for many, many years. What are you proudest of?
wow. Well, I got into teaching because it seemed like I was just kind of pulled that way because I was always, pretty good at math. So when I got my bachelor's degree with a major in math, and then later my master's with the major in math through education, uh, teaching was really great for me because I just enjoyed it. It's got, like anything else, it's got its ups and downs. And but in my case, I was fortunate enough that they always needed a coach to be the JV coach or the assistant coach or something like that. And so I always had an opportunity to coach also, and which I really enjoyed, and probably enjoyed it more than the actual classroom teaching. But anyway, it was a real good experience for me. And I guess I coached basketball and golf, both of them, for at least 15, close to 20 years for both of them, maybe 18 or 19. And
Did any of your players come play for the Gators?
no, one of them came close, but in the end, he wound up going someplace else. And
Like FSU?
well, yeah, but that was after he went to the other place, I think, which was Mercer. And then he transferred to FSU after a couple of years at Mercer. But he was quite a ball player. I enjoyed that. And then I had another player that I've kept up with over the years, and he's about to turn 60 now. So that just doesn't make me feel real young particularly, but that's been a lot of fun also. I would like to mention that I married my wife, Louise, in 1988, and that's been a godsend. I've really had a wonderful life with her, and very fortunate. We're snuggled down here doing our bit with social distancing, like I hope everybody else is, and we pass the time by reading and doing errands where I'll drive and she'll go in with her mask and gloves on, and we do that kind of thing together. And then maybe in the evening we might watch a movie together on TV. And but we both are readers, so that helps a lot, and we enjoy that quite a bit. But I hope everybody is having a successful downtime with this. I think everybody gets cabin fever, but let me just sign off by saying that I hope everybody stays safe and does the wise thing, makes good choices. And just because something opens up, if you don't feel comfortable with it, you don't have to go yet, so don't go dashing up to Georgia just because they opened up and you need a haircut. I think I might pass on that for a while. But I'm going to be very interested in seeing everybody else's little interviews, and hopefully we'll get together again soon, because we had a wonderful bunch of people there, Bob. And again, I want to close by thanking you again. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gene. And I'm going to be recording this, and maybe you'll get a chance to see everybody else on after you get back from your fishing trip. Thanks very much for being with us.
Okay, Bob. Take care.
Bye.